There are a couple of questions that come up for me, I think, and the first one is around that Goalcast video that you mentioned now, where that got 20 million odd views. And prior to that, of course, you had been speaking, you had been on stages, and all of this, but this one video almost changed it all, right? Or changed a lot around the number of people or audiences who knew about you. How did that in any way, I think, first of all, of course, it led to better opportunities, but how did it change your style or your outlook or the way that you approached presentations after that?
Oh, it didn't change that at all. And in fact, it was tricky because the Goalcast video took a part of a presentation that wasn't my normal style of presentation, but it was the style that Goalcast were looking for. It took that part of the presentation, and I was really angry that day. I'd had a fight with the organizer. I'd threatened to walk out of the gig. I was feeling like I didn't want to be on stage. We were an hour late. The event was the event was supposed to finish at 9 p.m. and I went on stage at like 10 or something like that. I was raging when I went on. So my emotions were real. And by the end of it, that kind of fueled the emotion of my anger and frustration getting on the stage turned into the delivery emotion that was captured in that video. So the first biggest challenge I had was, I immediately realized that an audience, there is an audience for this type of content, but I quickly realized that I wasn't going to be this heartfelt motivational speaker. That wasn't my angle. That never is who I wanted to be. I can exist like that in events and places, but I want to provoke thought, not motivate people. So that was the first thing. The second thing was my realization about growing an audience. So that was fleeting, right? That was your, whatever you'd call it, your, 5 minutes of fame for me. It was very, very fleeting. I did grow a little bit of a following through Facebook and things like that, a bit. What it did help me with is close tours that I was trying to book much faster.
Right.
What it didn't help me with was necessarily grow my audience, because what actually happened is I didn't have an audience of 20 million. Goalcast had an audience of 20 million. And what I realized is that I spent a lot of time trying to build my audience, but actually it's way, way easier tapping into people with audience of their own. This is the reason I'm on your podcast and I don't host one of my own. Because what everybody needs, if you're trying to build your reputation, what you need at the beginning, and growing your audience will be a byproduct of this, is you need this amazing, amazing commodity called OPA. Other people's audience.